is about a ticket to the heaven. So I don't think I'll show it because it's all in Chinese, but it's done by Korean. And he says that this person, this young man, he died. But no, when after he died, he was at the ticket station, and the ticket person gave him a ticket and says it's a ticket to hell. And he was very shocked. He said, "Why? You have given me the wrong ticket. I should be going to the heaven. I've been a good person all my life. Why is this to the ticket?" She said that, this is the correct ticket because you committed suicide. He says, "No, I felt so hard. I died because I worked too hard. I didn't commit suicide." She said, "No, you committed suicide because you killed yourself." Okay, so all the scenarios was like, all the scenes was like how hard he worked for his family, how hard he worked for his children, how hard he worked for his company, and finally he died. Okay, so all these things said that we have to be responsible towards ourselves, and we always tell ourselves that I want to be a vegetarian, I want to be kind and compassionate, and to help save all living beings, I want to be a bodhisattva, but I end up killing myself. So that's a very interesting video. It's a very funny one because it's the Korean style. And at the end of it, he was actually complaining and trying to explain to the judge, as in the judge in hell. And the judge said that, "Oh, you committed yourself, or committed suicide yourself." He was so sad. He said that, "Oh dear, I should have taken care of myself," this young man, and he cried. So the judge said, "Oh, you look so ugly when you are crying. It's all right. You have repent. You can go to heaven. I'll change your ticket." So he gave him a new ticket, and it says to heaven. So as he walked out of the room, the judge office, he turned around and said, "What about my friends? They died too." Because his company and people around him, they're all the same. He said, "What about my friends? They died too, and they got the same ticket to hell. Can I change tickets for them?" The judge said, "Everyone has to be responsible for themselves. They have to change their own ticket." I think it's a very funny video, but it's good. What kind of ticket are we holding? We buy our own tickets, and we print our own tickets as well. So are you going to heaven or are you going to hell? I'm not sure, but definitely I'm not going to hell. I'm going to get a ticket to the heaven. So today, Chris has given us a very good talk about how to have a healthy body. And I'd like to share with you Master Tien's book. He says that, "Hear me out." The English translation of this book is "Hear me out." I'm an old monk, hear me out. So there are actually 40 chapters in this book. One of them is to befriend one's illness. So when I was reading this and when I was looking at Chris' PowerPoint, I saw that he was telling us how to be healthy. So I should think on the other side, what if I am ill? So what to do if I am ill? Let's see what our master's wisdom. The next slide, please. How to befriend illness. A practitioner who has some illness will aspire to cultivate. Illness helps in cultivation. Do not reject it. Befriend it. How many of you are perfectly healthy? 100%. Dr. Chris? You take a look. Who is 100% healthy here? Those who are not exactly healthy, perhaps you can give them a few acupuncture. Yeah, they'll be healthy immediately because of shock. Okay, so Master says that a practitioner who has some illness will aspire to cultivate. Because people who are doing very well, they may not treasure what they have. Because if you are in heaven, you will know how good heaven is. So sometimes when I'm tired, or sometimes when we are sick, a backache or a headache or something, we will treasure our health, which means that we will treasure what I have to cultivate. Okay? So illness helps in cultivation. Do not reject it. Befriend it. I don't want to be unhealthy, but I am unhealthy now. What can I do? Befriend it. Don't reject it. Next slide, please. How can we not fall ill? How Is it possible? I heard someone said less iPad. Right. Yeah. Or what else should we do to not fall ill? There is a story by the master about half bowl of pickles. Have you been to our tea house?
Yes.
All our tea house, the name is actually Dewdrop Tea House or One Drop Tea House, something like that. It means that if someone gives you a drop of goodness, you should repay that person with a well of gratitude, with a well of goodness. So how did this story come about? Master was about 17 or 16 when he was still in the Buddhist college in China. One day he felt really ill. He had malaria. Okay? So he thought, I'm going to die. And his master knew about it. So that time was the times of war and they didn't really have much food or anything good. So the master sent him half a bowl of pickles. And he says that it's so wonderful. You know, at that time too, that my master knows that I'm ill, my master cares for me, and my master sent me this half a bowl of pickles. It was with so much gratitude that he vowed that I have to try my best, I have to do my best to be a good practitioner of Buddhism, to promote Buddhism as much as possible. So he had this story about this half a bowl of pickles that made him had all these great vows. So how can we not fall ill? We need to eat more pickles. We need to eat with gratitude. We need to live our life with gratitude. Because now if you give me a bowl of pickles, to me it's almost like nothing. If I were to give you a ton of pickles, it's like, oh, it's too salty. It's not good for my kidneys. Right? But whatever that we get is great. Just like a dinner, we had a simple dinner tonight. It's just rice, a bit of curry, a bit of, what else we had? A bit of veggie, a bit of something. It wasn't anything that great, but I think we all enjoyed it because it's made with love, it's received with gratitude. So how can we not fall ill? Have love and also have gratitude. Okay, next. How to befriend illness. These are some of the things that Master said. For example, have confidence. I'm sick today, but I will get well. You think that I'm sick? Oh dear, I'll be sicker tomorrow. I'll be worse the next day. I think it's unlikely that you will get well. Okay? Have the courage to face it. I'm sick. Accept it. I'm sick. Okay? Patience. Being sick, it takes time to recover. If I want to cook a pot of plain rice, it takes at least 20 minutes. It takes time for the hard rice to become cooked rice. It takes time. It takes condition. So for myself, for my body to recover, perhaps I need 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. It depends on who you meet. It depends on what kind of conditions you give it. So there must be patience, there must be fearlessness. I'm sick. Oh dear, I'm going to die. I'm so scared. I think I'll die faster. So, be fearless. Don't fear. Whatever we get, some of us will be very healthy, some of us not as healthy, some of us may get very sick one day, but whatever it is just part of life. Don't be fearful. Be optimistic. I'll recover. Respect. Coexist with illness. What can I do? Illness is part of me. What can I do? What can I do? Right. I have a sore arm. I have a tumor somewhere. I have got some problem somewhere. It's not outside of my body. It's not in that person. It's in me. I have to coexist with them and respect them. Respect that whatever extra thing we have in our body, because it's also alive. Why do we practice vegetarianism? Because we respect other lives, because we love the pigs and the dogs and the what do you call it? The chickens and the ducks and the prawns and the fishes. What about that extra thing that I have in my stomach? Isn't it just it's just a living being, just like the other cats and dogs and pigs and sheep and cows is exactly the same. So respect this life that I have in me. Cooperate with the doctor, cooperate with the nurses, cooperate with whoever is taking care of you. You know, sometimes we are smart, but too smart. We think that we are smarter than the doctors. If you are, then please become a doctor. Okay? But I'm very sorry, I'm a patient now, so I have to be a good patient. Okay? We know our roles, so cooperate with whoever we are working with. And a right view. What is a right view? I have so many types of views. I have different thinkings, but it has to be right. So what is right? All of the above is right. Okay? I don't think we can have anyone best, but we can add to our own list of right views. Okay, next please. So all is in the thoughts, good and bad, suffering and happiness, heaven and hell, let go and be at ease. Sometimes you think that, oh, I'm sick, but sometimes it's because of this incident that we are facing at a particular moment. It gives us a chance to reflect on certain things. It gives us a chance to tell ourselves that I may be going too fast. I should be listening to my body. Recently, I met this person who was a very hardworking person, very enthusiastic, compassionate, smart. You know, all the good qualities that we can think of a young person is in him. But recently he fell into depression. Why was he in depression? Because he thought he wasn't good enough. Well, it's not good enough. This is in one of the top universities in the world, in one of the top programs. He is in somewhere where most of us, at least for myself, I can never get to. But he's looking at the one or two that he doesn't have, and he forgets the 98, 97 that he has. So what about us? Most of the time we are like that. Although I'm not only short of 3 or 4, I'm short of like 30 or 40. But I'm still looking at that, what I don't have. Why don't I see what I have? Of course I must be clear what I don't have, but life is as a whole. We take 100 and half, or this portion and that portion. What is good? What is bad? If illness is bad, perhaps it's good in the way that it helps us reflect. If illness is good, not exactly, no one will say that big illness is good. But good and bad, it depends on where you are. So just like what Chris said, the middle path is extremely important. Next, please. Okay, I'd like to share with you this last thing about what the Master said in this chapter. He said, birth, old age, sickness, death. This is the sequence that we usually do in the Buddhist text, and this is what Chris mentioned too. When someone is born, we are very happy, and this person grows up, gets older, sick, and die, and we send him off. That's it. But Master says that this is not the only way to explain this. We can think of another thing: old age, sickness, death, birth. Because in Buddhism we talk about reincarnation. So the cycle of life is a round cycle. As we are born and you die, and we are born again. So we talk about this old age. Yeah, I'm getting old, it's okay, I'm getting sick. Not everyone becomes old, and not everyone becomes sick. But definitely there will be a day when we die, death. But it's okay if we be born again. We die and we're born again. Just like autumn is coming. It's autumn now. So winter is coming. After winter we have spring, and spring we have summer. Yeah. Okay. So it's like summer and autumn and winter and spring again. So this is how life flows. So whatever goes around comes around, goes around, comes around. And it all depends on our thoughts. What do you want? So today I'd like to conclude with this: old age, sickness, death, and birth. So we perhaps have some right views and view health, be healthy, born in our body, in our mind, and also print our own tickets. What ticket do you want? Let's print our own tickets. And hopefully hopefully we will have the same ticket to the same place. Okay? Because we can't exchange tickets. The judge already told us that everyone has to be responsible for our own tickets. So I'm sorry, we can't help each other. So please be responsible for our own tickets to the heaven. We are already in this Tien, which is the heaven of the southern hemisphere. We are already in heaven. So please let's remain in heaven. Okay, so all the best to all the heavenly beings, and we will remain in heaven. All the best. Thank you.